Test. Hey, welcome to Lenny Schmidt's Quarantine Comedy. What's up? Hi, how you doing? Thanks for being here. Do me a favor. First thing, number one, like the video. That helps me out a lot. Like the video. It goes a long way with YouTube and the powers that be. Subscribe to the channel would also help me out. You can do that by going to the lower button right there. Boom. Look, my face is right there. My face is right there. Like the video, share the video, subscribe, sit back, enjoy it. Tonight, Cathy Katz is our guest. We're going to talk about all kinds of stuff. We're talking about relationships, communication skills, things that I am horrible at. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll talk about it. Enjoy the show. That makes me really dizzy when I do. Oh, wow. Yeah, that makes me really dizzy. I do that for the whole song. So it's like method. It's like I'm a method actor, but I'm being method with my goofy intro. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the show. It's Monday. Quarantine Comedy. Got my blue cup back. Everything's back to normal. Everything's back to normal. It took a while to get it all together. Hi, everyone. It's good to be here, man. I'm in California. What's going on here? I went through some news. There's not a lot going on. The Britney Spears thing looks pretty good. She got a new lawyer that filed. If you're into that, she got a new lawyer that filed the thing today. It's legal now. She's trying to take legal action to get her dad out of there. So if you're part of the Free Britney crew, which my daughters are, it's important I should mention that. That's good news. That's good news for you guys. As far as everything else in the news, if you're a cruise ship guy, all the cruise ship stuff is going fine. There's no problems on the ships. I know many people who watch the show have booked cruises. Many people are going to be on a ship with me next month or the month after, and others are going to be in a ship toward the end of the year. Things look good right now. Things look fine. So right now things are looking well on ships. In California, we got to wear masks again when you go out and do stuff. So anywhere you go in California, you got to wear a mask again. They were talking about this. There's actually there's a restaurant, Huntington Beach. I just had it. Hold on. I burped and I swallowed part of my lunch. That was gross. I'm sorry. I burped up my lunch and then swallowed it back down. I apologize. I had tacos. Tacos Maria. It's good to be back in LA where I can get street tacos. Because I buy street tacos. I was out with someone the other day, and I go, they had street tacos, and I go, I love street food. And they were like, you can't do that during there's a pandemic. It's dangerous. I go, no, it's not. No, I don't. I think I have a digestive system that would kill cancer. I'm brutal. So anyway, I had street tacos for lunch. Yes, I did. I don't care. I can't find the name of this restaurant off the top of my head. I had it here a second ago. It's a restaurant in Huntington Beach. It only serves non-vaccinated people. It's non-vaccinated restaurants. Very strict rules they have. I'm going to see if I can find it while we're chatting. I don't understand it. I don't understand. Here's what I understand. People not getting vaccinated to a degree because if I'm correct on this, I might be wrong on the science. My weak part is the science. It hasn't been approved by the FDA yet. It's approved for emergency use, but it hasn't been overly approved. So I can somewhat understand people that don't want to get a vaccination put into their body that hasn't been approved by the FDA yet. I can somewhat wrap my hand around that and go, okay, I get it. I see how you don't want to go put that into your body. But this ridiculous standoff of never getting vaccinated and not getting vaccinated and all this crap that's going on in this country is a little bit embarrassing and silly. So please, there's other countries that would kill for the vaccine to be given them for free and be able to get it. And it's literally here, and no one's getting the vaccine. I have a lot of friends that will never get vaccinated, and that's fine. I guess that's fine, whatever. But it's slowing things up, man. But anyway, I can't find the name of this restaurant. I had it, then it's gone. in you know what? It's the Westview kids. The Westview kids are horrible. They're supposed to be handling all this tech for me, so I don't care. I don't care. I'm sure someone will think of it and tell me. Well, let's go to the board, man. Let's go to the board right now because Ben Magley woke up out of his slumber because apparently the Packers might sign Rodgers. He also got all excited because the White Sox lost 2 out of 3 to Milwaukee over the weekend in July. I don't know if you know that the playoffs are in October, Ben, but they are. So good for you. You're so excited. What else? Who else is here? Robin Greenberg is here. Ben, of course, is here. Hi, Robin. Good to see you. But look, Ben's all fiery. Ben's all excited now. So once he hears that Rodgers might sign, he's talking all trash on the board. Look at him. Hi, Gar. Good to see you. Tammy Mulligans are here. Tammy Mulligans. I just made the Mulligans the plural of Tammy. That makes no sense, but I don't know if Vince is happy about that. The Free Britney. That's right, Vince. Free Britney. Woohoo. Julia Bendis is here, of course. I knew she would be here. I sent her a message to let her know that her girlfriend Cathy Katz is on the show. Mike Garcia says Britney does not lip sync, Gar. That's mean. That's very mean. Don't pick on Britney. She's very popular right now. Gar hates the Packers. There we go. Lots of people saying they hate the Packers. Myrtle's World is here. Good to see you. Shauna Johnson. Everybody's here. Lots of people here. This is good, man. We're going to talk about relationships and communication today and all kinds of stuff. I have a list of questions here that were sent to me by your guest, and then I have other things we're going to bring up throughout the evening, and we'll see how it goes. And I started the show. You guys watch the show regularly, you know. First of all, I have no sponsors, no commercials. None of that stuff happens on the show. The show is supported solely by the guests on their show occasionally, and mostly the people that watch the show and regularly tune in. So if you want to support the show, do me a favor, like the video, like I said, subscribe to the channel. That helps me. If you want to support financially, there are numerous opportunities for you to do so at those websites right there on the board. Look at that, LennySchmidt.com if you can. Go there, LennySchmidt.com/if you can. You can support the show for as little as $1. You can go to those pages and say, hey, how about $1? And I'll go, okay. And I will take your dollar. So there you go. You can go to Venmo, Cash App, all the apps. I take them all. If you go to LennySchmidtComedy, that is my name on all platforms. So go to LennySchmidtComedy on all platforms, and you can find the information there. Back to the board. Let's see if Ben is complaining more about his stupid Packer team. No, maybe he left. Okay. All right. Think we're good. Robin's here. Tammy's here. Robert's here. Nice. Robert Robbins is here. My good friend Robin, who lived across the street. You know his wife Nicolette's been on the show numerous times. She's been on this show, and she's been in sketches that I perform and do. And tomorrow we're all having dinner and tacos and cigars. So that's my social life. You guys really don't care about that, do you? I don't care. But I'm going to tell you. I'm in a good mood. I don't know why I'm in such a good mood. You know why? I had tacos birria for lunch. That's why. Birria. I'm sorry. Tacos birria. Tacos birria. They're the best. I love them. All right, man. Let's move. Let's go. Let's bring our guest out. I like to talk to, one of the things I started on the show is I set the show up so mainly live performers could come on and talk to their fans and their fan base, and that gives them a kind of an avenue during COVID for them to say, hey, I'm still out here, I'm doing an album, or I have a website, or I have a web series, you can see all this stuff here, and then people could tune in, they could see those things. And then as time went by, we talked more about comics and entertainers and how we're dealing with the breakdown, and then every once in a while I have other people on here, other entertainers, but I love to have people on here where we talk about the human interaction. This is something that over the last year that I've been very intrigued with, something my act focuses on a lot when I do my stand-up. It really deals a lot with how we get along together, how we talk to each other, and a lot of that changed and shifted over the last year. So why not bring someone out that is a communications expert? At least that's what her website says. So I'm going to believe her website, and we're going to bring her out here. Here she is. Give it up for the one and only Cathy Katz. There she is. Look. Yay, Cathy Katz. You're here. You're live. What's up?
Hey, thanks for having me. This is fun.
I'm so glad you're here. This is good. Let me turn your sound up, turn my sound down.
Oh, by the way, I got the name of the restaurant if you want it.
Yeah, what is it?
Basilicos.
Silicos? Yeah, it's like a silicos.
With the B.
Right, Basilicos. Right, I saw that. It's like, I don't know if it sounds like it's Italian. I don't know. Is that Italian?
Oh, yeah. Italian.
So the Italians, they don't, why, well, whatever. Have you ever been there?
Oh, many times.
Oh, really? Okay. Are you going to go now? You know, you can't be, are you vaccinated? You can't get in unless you're not vaccinated.
I am vaccinated.
Now you're not welcome at that restaurant anymore.
I don't know. Maybe we could take it to go.
There you go. I'm sure they'll serve you to go. I don't know what the rules are. Maybe, maybe if you're vaccinated, there's a certain line you come in the back like you're an Uber driver to pick up the food. I'm not sure.
The food's good. The food is good.
Is it good?
Yes, it's good. Take
Good
it
for
from
them.
an Italian from Chicago.
Oh, then yeah, you would know for sure. Italians from Chicago know their food. Okay. Oh, and Julie knows. Yes, it's Basilicos. Okay, there we go. So there you go. So if you're not vaccinated and you like meatballs, go to Basilicos. That's your joint. But if you are vaccinated, you better call to go and get it out the back door. I guess that's the rule. How are you, Kathy?
Fantastic, thanks. How about you? How are you doing? You were in our hometown. How was it?
I was home for 2 weeks. It was the best ever. I loved it. It was really cool. I had a blast. It was a lot. I worked a week with my brother. It was fun. Then another week downtown. I love downtown. And but it was a lot of family and friends, man. It was a lot of family and friends. So after a while, I was exhausted. But it was good. It was worth it. I can't complain. I'm very fortunate that it's better to have that problem than the no family and friends showing up for my shows. You know what I mean? That would suck even more. I think I'd be more stressed out right now if I was there for 2 weeks. No one showed up. That was the worst gig ever. So that didn't happen. So I'm very happy. Where are you from in Chicago?
I was born in Chicago, but I was raised in Elmwood Park.
Nice.
Elmwood Park, Oak Park, River Forest.
Yeah.
I guess that's the west side.
Yeah, I used to deliver pizzas in Oak Park. Actually, I think I've delivered pizza everywhere. But yeah, I worked at a place called, what was that place called over there? I want to say the Flour Mill, maybe? It was on Roosevelt, maybe? I think.
I don't know. I only bought pizzas from Elmwood Park.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. Forget me then. Sorry, my bad.
Armin, Yankalanas.
See, look, I forgot you're Italian. You know all the names. Armin, Ancalancas, Barsilios. I don't know if Barsilios is a place. Basilicos. I don't know. I'm not going to go there. I'm vaccinated. I won't be welcome in that place. That's not how it's going to roll. So Elmwood Park, man. So, and now you're out here. Now you're down in Orange County. You're right near there, Huntington Beach, right?
Yes.
All right.
It's very close. The restaurant is very close.
Right. Okay. Sweet. So how's it going? How are you doing?
How am I doing? I'm doing well, and I'm feeling a little uncomfortable. The weather down in Orange County, it rained today. It never rains here.
What? Never rains down there. That's messed up. We got 4 drops in the valley. I know that. 4 drops. I felt them.
The one time I had to get out of the car, it poured. It poured.
Oh, today? No way.
I had to use the umbrella. Yes.
Wow, that is bad. That's bad because we had the 4 drops, and then you know what happens in L.A. when you have the 4 drops? The city shuts down, sirens go off. People start to panic. It's not pretty. It's not good at all. Well, that's good. Well, all right. So what? I did a show with you. I did Julia's show with you twice, and that was and we primarily talked about dating and stuff like that. Now you've been married for 24 years, correct? That's what the website says. First of all. Is everything on the website accurate, or are there lies on there? Let me know right now.
No, it's all accurate. Even the testimonials are true.
Oh,
it's
all right.
All
100% accurate. Okay, I'm going to trust you then.
Accurate.
I will not fact check you then during the show. I'm going to take you at your word. We'll just go for that. 24 years married, and you were quarantined, I'm assuming, with your husband down there in Orange County, Huntington Beach.
Yep.
How did that go? Being quarantined with the husband?
You know what? It went really well. It really did. It was actually a lot of fun because we spent more time together having fun. Usually we're both working and not making too much time for fun, except cruising, and we couldn't go cruising, as you know, because of COVID. Right, so, yeah, we were we had fun. It was good. We cooked. We watched The Sopranos. We're the only people that probably never watched The Sopranos when it was on. Yes.
I don't think I can have you on the show. I don't think I can even have you here. All right, did you watch the whole thing?
We watched the whole thing.
Okay.
We were glued.
It was
Besides
pretty amazing.
that, Ozark and Mad Men, and everyone's like, Kathy, Mad Men was on a long time ago. I said, we just didn't see it.
Well, I'm watching The Wire now. That's the one I'm watching, and that was years ago. I never watched The Wire. People give me crap about that one all the time. That was way before. I think it was before The Sopranos. I think it was on HBO. But I did just start rewatching The Sopranos, and was immediately reminded how amazing that show was. It was such a great. Everything about it was fantastic. It was very impressive. Okay, now you have a bunch of questions you sent me, but let's set these up because I brought up your husband. I brought up the staying quarantine with your husband for a reason, because we're at a point now where it's been what are we looking at? 18 months, 15 months, 18 months, March, April, May, June, July, so almost August, so almost 17 months now since we had the initial shutdown, stay home. So a lot of people's relationships have completely changed as far as staying home with their couples or husbands or wives. Some couples didn't do well there. Some couples did great, like you did. I got a couple of friends that they kind of fell in love with their spouses again, being able to be so close to them for a year because you reinvented your life. So what do you think? Communication between a married couple. Tell me a little bit about. Why don't you do this? Tell me a little bit about what you do and where we're going with this, and I'll start hitting you with these questions because I got a bunch of them here for you.
Well,
oh, wait, one more thing. I'm sorry, one more thing. You guys on the board, if you're watching the show, if you have questions at all for Cathy, feel free to type them in. And we're going to talk about all kinds of things about dating, about relationships, about men and women together, all kinds of stuff. All the good stuff that adults talk about, we're going to talk about tonight. So if you have a question, feel free to throw it on the board, and I will ask her. Okay.
Well, just to give you a brief history, you saw we're married 24 years on our 25th. But I was a career woman before. So I didn't get married we both got married at the age of 40. And now I'm a woman with a career. So I define that in my webinar, my seminars and workshops and my Zoom
Wait,
classes.
You're 64?
I'm 65.
You look fantastic. You look great.
Thank you. Thank you.
Can I say that now? Is that politically correct? I don't know what I can do anymore.
You can say that to me all day long.
Okay, yeah, you look great then. Good, you look fantastic. Yeah, you look good.
So, I was working all the time. And all of a sudden, I had a blind date with my now husband. And we had chemistry. We found out we were compatible. And we were able to communicate. And that's what I teach people. If you have chemistry, which is that DNA connection, I can't teach you that. It's the glue. It's that lust. And then if you have compatibility, it's someone you want to build with. Do you want to have a family? Do you want to build a business? I don't know if you know this, but I actually worked with my husband for 17 of those 25 years in his company. And if, some people cannot work with their significant others or husbands. I've actually coached people. If I didn't have the skills that I teach, I probably couldn't have done it either. So chemistry, compatibility, and the big one is communication. And that's my specialty. I teach people how to communicate what they want and what they don't want. Learn how to speak rationally, decide rationally, and argue rationally, and not emotionally. How do you do that? You do that with some tools and some skill sets. If we didn't have the communication, his desk is like 4 feet away from my desk. It would have never worked. So,
I couldn't do that.
And there's really 3 ways to communicate. This is so easy, Lenny. You either intimidate people with fear, you do it my way or else.
Nice, I like that.
You seduce people with guilt or shame, or you negotiate with love, a win-win communication. So, you follow me so far?
Yeah, so you
it's
either...
Really easy, but it takes a little practice. And what I'm doing is scientifically accurate, politically incorrect. Okay? Right. So, I've discovered from everything I've been taught, and what I teach is marrying through guys marry virtue, not vagina. Okay? So I'm going to throw a couple of one-liners out at you.
Yeah, I love your one-liners. That's the whole reason you're on the show is your one-liners. You're the best. You've always got like a saying, like buckets are left because of right. You're like, wait, what does that mean? I don't know what that means.
No, if there's 2, it's about energy. Do you want your thoughts and ideas respected more than your feelings cherished? People say, oh, he's such a narcissist. She's such a narcissist. A narcissist is someone who's not in a committed relationship, who wants their feelings cherished and their thoughts and ideas respected. So remember I was telling you about science, so I teach a little bit about the brain, and I'm rewiring the Broca part of it. It's the language center in the brain. Now, if you're left-handed, Lenny, are you left-handed?
No, right-handed.
Okay. Left-handed men and anatomically gay men, they have a larger bridge that connects the left lobe to the right lobe. And they could squish feelings and thoughts like women do. All right? So
Really?
I'm giving
Wait a minute. Wait. Left-handed man. Left-handed. This is okay. All right. I'll bite. Go ahead.
not women, though, not women.
Not
So,
women, but left-handed men.
and then I throw out a lot of great books, the book, if you want to learn more about this, it's written by a husband and wife. It's an old book, and it's called Why Men Don't Listen and Women Can't Read Maps by Barbara and Alan Peace.
All right.
It's a great book. And,
I'm sorry. What was that again? I wasn't listening. Ha ha! Come on. Look at me with the jokes, man. Let's go. Woo! Comedy. Quarantine comedy. Okay. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I saw an opportunity and I took it.
Getting any thumbs up or anything yet? Are we getting any applause?
Oh yeah, I'm getting all. I got people here. I don't know who they are. Who's here we go. I'm going to mispronounce this name. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of thumbs up and people agreeing and hearts. A lot of hearts.
Oh,
but
good.
someone's this has got to be someone you know. Galera Sabari. Sabari.
She's in Canada.
Oh, really? Hey, there you go. Look at that. See,
Yeah.
I knew that. If I don't recognize names, I know they're here for you. So, yay. Thank you for joining the show, Galera. I don't know if I said it correctly. Galera?
I call her Gloria.
Gloria. Okay, Gloria it is. Hi, Gloria. Thanks for tuning into the show. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Like the video, Gloria. Like the video. There's nothing wrong with going down there and liking. I have 18 people watching and 12 likes. Someone's not doing their part. Okay. So, yeah, so you have a friend. Leia, we have lots and applause. We have applause. Those little emojis for applause. We have a bunch of those coming in.
And you know what? When I talk about, just for the record, you're talking about flirting during the pandemic, I taught women, even though the masks were on, it's an eye-to-eye contact so they could smile.
Right.
And, okay, guys, I don't know if you know this, but when a woman smiles at you, she is signaling you that she has an interest, okay? She smiles at you, there's an interest. And there were people that were getting picked up at grocery stores during the pandemic with this flirting technique.
Right.
Okay. Now, whoever speaks first, here we go with the energy, the masculine energy. They're going to be the giver, the protector, and the cherisher. Whoever sits back is the receiver. They're available, receptive, vulnerable, patient, passive. That's feminine energy. So anyway, I talk a little bit about that, and if the better you know who you are, the better you'll relate with other people.
Right.
So do you like your thoughts and ideas respected more than your feelings cherished?
More than no, right? I want equal on that, right? Yeah.
Oh, you want equal. Okay.
Wait a minute. Repeat the question. Do I want my thoughts and ideas respected?
Thoughts and ideas respected more than your feelings cherished?
Wow, that's
or
a
do you
tough
want
question.
your feelings cherished more than your thoughts and ideas respected? The idea is that I have one of each in the relationship, because equality nullifies intimacy.
Well, I think my thoughts and ideas. I want my thoughts and ideas respected more. I think.
Okay, so your compliment would be with a woman who likes her feelings cherished. Right. That means she keeps her mouth shut unless you say something immoral, unethical, or illegal.
I like the way I like the way you put that. I'm surprised there aren't people complaining right now. I like the way you put that.
What if women would learn how to say no? No, they don't know how to say no. No, I appreciate that, you want casual sex. However, I don't know you well enough. And you know what? Real men go after what they want. Mm-hmm. And women get what they want by knowing what they don't want. I don't want a guy that doesn't want to take me out for dinner. I don't want a guy that doesn't own a house. I don't want a guy who doesn't make X amount of dollars. So I tell women, make a list, but don't make it too long because you'll be a spinster.
Yeah, right,
now,
right.
Guys go after.
Yeah, my oldest daughter has a long list. She's only 19. It's a long list.
Okay, but men go after what they want, right? You want that car. You want that guest on your show. You want that house. You want that woman. You'll go to, there's men that'll do whatever it takes to meet a woman, even though she lives in New York and you live in California. I mean, you've been on a cruise ship.
Yeah, right. I've met, there was a girl. No, there was a girl I dated once. This is a whole, what's that movie? Oh, the Officer and a Gentleman moment. There was a girl I was kind of dating and we broke up and I wanted to make up with her. I literally walked into work and carried her out like Officer and Gentleman style. This is a long time ago. It's way before marriage and stuff. but it was great. It was a great moment. You know what I mean? It was like I knew I wanted to fix the relationship, and I just went in. It's like I didn't even, I didn't wait. I didn't think about nothing. I just went in there, picked her up, and carried her out.
Real men know how to give. And when I say give, guys, please, I don't mean like, $20,000 diamond rings, okay? Phone calls, text messages. Okay, guys, women do not like text messages when they get lengthy. It turns them off.
Yeah.
Women get turned on
either.
with hear. They want to hear you say, I miss you. I want to see you Friday night. And men get turned on to what they see. Right?
I know that. It's true. They're visual.
Right?
Men are very visual. Right.
Right. So then I teach a language that corresponds with the energy. So like right now, if you and I were a couple, I would say to you, what do you think about this show tonight? And then you would turn around. Now, because we're in business and we're going to be, equality is good in business. No feelings at work, because feelings aren't negotiable. You can't negotiate a feeling unless you take a pain med or you die. So what do you want that you don't have? What do you have that you don't want? I keep it simple. I teach people emotional language versus rational language. Okay. So, because I care about how you feel, but I want to know, what are you going to do or not do about it? And then I teach about things about games people play. That's my transactional analysis work. When people aren't authentic, they play games. They avoid intimacy.
Yeah.
So again, what do you want?
Well, isn't part of that the fact if they play games and they don't know that they're not honest? You can't be honest if you're playing games. You're kind of following a template, right? You're just kind of
trust anyone.
Right.
Find out if they're trustworthy. Do they keep their agreements? Like tonight, you said this show's starting at 6. This show started at 6. You told your audience, there's going to be a relationship coach on your show. So it's building, build the credibility. People aren't perfect. I tell women, is he 51% valuable? I ask a guy, is she 51%? Are her assets more than her liabilities?
51? You just got to be at 51?
51, because nobody's perfect. On the worst day, are they still, what's that 1% you stay with them? Is it their smell? Is it, they're generous? Is it, what is it about them? So you clean up all the garbage. And then, you were talking about how did we, make it in the house all that time with the quarantine. Having a relationship contract. You get a contract to buy a car. You get a contract when you buy a house. When you buy a washer dryer, sometimes you make a contract in a relationship. Time, space, money, and play, which is sexual and non-sexual, right? So money, my money, your money, our money. Play, what I like doing in the bed, what you like doing in the bed, what you don't like. And you talk about it. You make your lists. Living conditions, are all his tools in one side of the garage? Are they mixed up with your stuff from your craft room? Talk about it. Say, I want this room. What do you think about it, honey? Right? I feel more comfortable having this room. What do you think about it, honey? So I teach the complementary language. Feminine energy is I feel. You never ask a man how he feels unless he's puking or bleeding. Otherwise, you become his mother. And I'll give you the books on that, okay?
Puking or bleeding? Okay. I'd love to read that chapter on your book. I want to make sure I get to that one. The puking and bleeding chapter.
Yeah. And then I tell women, I ask them, are you giving that man the daddy bill? Do you want him to love you more than you love yourself? We learn all this stuff, by the way, by the time we're 4. We're cooked. Freud said, I think 5. Know who the bullies are, the whiners, and the negotiators. Go to any preschool. And you'll see them.
That's true. Okay, that makes sense.
And I also teach people they have every right to be who they are. Their own thoughts, their opinions, right? You also have a right to your own feelings, right? And, so you either accept people that they're 51% valuable. You reject people that you're trying to rebuild. How many women do you know that after they get married, they think they're going to change the husband?
Oh, I've
How many men you know that say, oh God, I hope she doesn't color her hair purple. I married her with black hair, right? They don't like to change. Men don't like change. Now, if a man is what we call ego dystonic, he could be more feminine, and that's okay. But he's going to compliment a woman who's more masculine.
Right.
So, so I talk about the different relationships. I talk about the different styles. You want a convenient 50-50. Now it's a modified 50-50. A covenant where you got one breadwinner, one homemaker. Last time I heard, I think it's 18% of men now are staying at home watching the kids.
Right.
I don't know what that current number is, but a while ago it was. So if you want to stay home and your wife makes more money or your partner makes more, and by the way, this works for gays, lesbians, and straight people. Right. That's what's so interesting about it. It's about energy.
Right. Well, energy. It doesn't matter what they're gay, straight. It's still a couple. And all of this stuff you're talking about, it really intrigues me. And it all starts with the first part that I always think is important that I talk about in my act sometimes is communication and honesty. Like you can get to who's more masculine, who's not masculine, what do you want, but you can't get there unless you communicate it and you're honest about it. Because lots of people communicate and then they're not honest. And they'll go, oh, no, I want to, I actually like chocolate. And they're in their head, they're like, I fucking hate chocolate. I can't stand chocolate. But I'm not going to tell her that because then she'll think I'm weird, But then if you hold that in and you're in a relationship over time, then there's resentment. I mean, that's how relationships fall apart. That's the honesty and communication is like step one, I think, in every relationship. You know what I mean? Before that, when you come to meeting someone, I think attraction is the number one thing. You know what I mean? When you meet.
Yes. The first 3 months when you're in a relationship are the perfect period. It's the perfect period.
It's the best. If all relationships were only 3 months, that'd be the best.
Yeah, but the second 3 months is when you decide who's going to lead and who's going to follow. Now, ladies, don't get mad at me. It doesn't mean that you never get to be masculine. If you pick you want to be feminine, that's your primary suit. But I teach you a tool that says, when you knock on your partner's psychic door, I have a suggestion, Lenny. Do you want to hear it about your podcast?
Yeah,
now,
go.
Lenny says, yeah, I want to hear it, or no, I don't.
Oh, no, I don't.
And then Lenny, you know what? You have a feminine side. There's 4 people in every relationship. You have a feminine side too. You're anima, which is your feminine, okay?
Anima.
Men play balls. They like playing with balls. Footballs, basketballs.
I love playing with balls, Kathy.
Okay, that's your fun, right? Right? Okay. So you have a feminine side too. Now I want you to share your feelings. Women say, how come he never tells me how he feels? Right. I said, you know why? The book says he doesn't feel comfortable.
No, because we were raised that way. We were raised all through my childhood. I'm still that generation of kids that shut up. Shut up because I said so. I call it the because I said so generation, which is you don't talk about your feelings. You don't say anything. You're just quiet. You suck it down. You just hold it in.
I like it. I like it. And I tell women that guys are, when one day a week, go sit somewhere and flirt. Starbucks. Now you can get out. The golf course, and all you have to do is signal him with a smile. If he doesn't look back, he's either gay or he's in a relationship. Okay, great. All right, move on. Next, right? So, but guys, if you like her, go up to her, and usually you say something really stupid. I tell women, they're going to say, do I know you from somewhere? Sure. What kind of coffee are you drinking? Yeah. Say anything just to get it going, okay?
They say, does your face hurt? Why would my face hurt? From falling from heaven and falling on your head because you're an angel? That's my opening line. Is that a good one or a bad one? I don't know.
That's not bad.
That's horrible. Don't tell me it's not bad. Don't encourage me. It's a terrible line.
Well, you didn't say anything immoral, unethical, or
That's right. I didn't break. That's right. See?
I teach women, acquiesce for the team. Go along with it. You know what? I'm from Chicago, right? My husband loves to snow ski. I was honest with him. Even when he proposed to me, I said, I got to tell you, you're not going to get me snow skiing. So sure enough, I went one time and I fell and I go, that's it. I'm not doing this. And you know what? We negotiated a deal. He goes snow skiing once a year for 24 years. He goes with the guys.
Oh, that's cool.
And it works. But I don't know. People are afraid to negotiate. They think the guy's going to leave or they're not going to like him. Hey, who do you love more, yourself, or are you trying to please somebody else first?
Yeah.
Oh, great book. Tell you about this book. This is my new good book. I
love yourself first. Okay. I love that. Title already is great.
Boost your self-esteem in 30 days. This is so good, and it's by Mark Ricklow. Really good book.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to please other people first, whoa. And the resentment comes in later.
Yeah. No, and eventually it does because it grows. And the more you know what I mean? It grows inside of you.
And let me tell you
Go ahead.
about stress.
About
May
what?
I?
About what?
Stress.
Okay.
Okay. When you are distressed, when you're in distress, it causes disease, which could kill. You know, a lot of deaths are stress related. There's some kind of, there's something going on somewhere. You know, when the mind doesn't know it and the mouth doesn't say it, the body demonstrates it. And the book on that is When the Body Says No by Dr. Gabor Mate. Great book.
Okay.
So, you know, it's all good. But are people coachable? If they're not coachable, leave them alone. You know what? There's people that like Dr. Laura Schlesinger. I met her. I was on a cruise with her. You know what? She's not my style. This is like a diet. Go with the coach.
Yeah.
Go with the one that gives you the best results.
Well, it's also like in therapies like that. Like I always say this. I always say therapy saved. Therapy probably it changed my life, but it probably saved my life. And the reason it worked was I met a therapist that worked for me. I went to couples therapy for years. Nothing really registered. I went to other therapy, it didn't register. But then I went to one guy, and it worked. And there's not all one blanket therapy. Once you find the right one, and then it hit you, you're like, oh shit, now I see, now I understand, and it puts you on a different path.
But think about diets. You know how many diets are?
That's a great example, right? 100%. I mean, there's keto and Miami diet and all that stuff.
So go with the one, like people come to me, they said, oh, I went to this other person. They were yelling. I don't want someone yelling at me. Okay. Really? Kathy,
I wouldn't want that either.
Right? I mean,
a relationship coach, it's got to be terrible. What do you want in life? Like, I want you to stop yelling at me. I just came here for answers, not abuse.
I want to do one of those cruises with you. May I? Yeah. You know what? I just gave you a tool. Potency before politeness. All of us were raised to say, Mommy, please, please. No, I want to. May I? I want to bring up the idea about going on a cruise with you someday. May I?
Uh-huh. Oh, I see that. All right.
Right? Doesn't that sound better?
Yeah, plus you kind of make a statement. It shows what you want right off the top. It almost shows more confidence kind of in you, right? Sort of, where you're like, I want this. Do you mind if I do this?
You know what? And another tip, when people say, I would like, it drives me crazy. I would like is like fingernails on a chalkboard. It means, okay, you got a car for sale. Who's got the money? The one that says, I want to buy your car, or the one that says, I would like to buy your car? Who's got the money?
The guy that wants to buy the car.
So when people say I would like, it's almost a self-worth issue. They don't think they're worth asking for what they want. You getting any questions? Is anybody writing any questions?
Yeah, there's a couple. Hold on, let's get to them right now. Some of them, they're not. Hang on, let me see. Balls. There's a lot of references about balls because I mentioned balls. So hang on. Yeah, my fans are very juvenile. Some of them are a little bit crazy. Hang on, I found a couple good ones.
More than 5 years old. Come on. It's true.
But most of them, though, quite a few of these people on here are happily married, and they're all backing up what you say. You know what I mean? Like the Mulligans are a great couple, and the Runyons are a great couple. Keith Runyon said, "I found the love of my life almost 32 years ago, and she's all I ever wanted, except maybe his chair." Oh, and the lamp. Oh, it's a Steve Martin callback. Nice work, Keith Runyon. He snuck in a little a little Steve Martin reference, and no one saw it coming. That was brilliant work. Tammy did have a question, though. I'm going to ask this one. I like this question. This has nothing to do with anything we talked about so far, but I'm going to bring it up because I like the question.
Okay.
I can't pronounce this. Poly relationships, do they work? A polyamorous relationship. Does it work? I almost know what your answer is going to be here.
You know what? I don't judge people. If a woman feels good, she could do whatever she wants.
Right. See,
whatever
now,
she wants.
No, because I knew you would say that because you're big. One of the big things that you talk about all the time is you negotiate your reality with someone. So if you're in a relationship with someone and you negotiate something and you both believe it, then there's nothing wrong with it. Unless you're killing people or doing weird shit. You know what I mean?
A moral issue, or
Right,
right?
right.
Like my husband's Jewish and I'm Catholic. Oh my gosh, right? So how do we do this? Well, I have a Passover Seder and he's a twice a year Catholic. It's okay. Now we didn't have kids, and we even said if we had kids, if it was a girl, she would have been raised Catholic. If it was a boy, he would have got a bat mitzvah. It's all negotiable.
Now, if he's a twice a year Catholic, is that Easter and St. Patrick's Day or Christmas?
Wait, is it CEO, Christmas and Easter only?
Okay, that's it. All right. CEO. That's I've never heard that before. I love that. Yeah, yeah. That's every Catholic. I got news for you. Every Catholic, once you get past 18, is a CEO. That's pretty much the way it works.
You know what? This isn't my joke, but we heard it once in Tahoe. What's the difference between Jews and Italians?
What?
20 pounds. 20. You get to decide.
See, I can't tell that joke. I'm not Jewish or Italian. Now, plus, I'm a 56-year-old white Irish guy. There's a whole bunch of jokes I can't tell ever again. There's like 5 books of shit I can never touch.
You know what? What do you think about that, if I may ask the question? I want to ask that. If you don't want to ask it, tell me I don't want to ask it.
No, I'll answer it for sure. I think it's. I think there's 2 parts of it. There's different parts of it. I think part of it is good that we have to be more aware about what we talk about. I also think it's good, and I find it challenging to be able to be cleaner or not talk about certain things and still be funny at a level that I think I accept. Do you know what I mean? Like you can be funny and tell stupid jokes. That's cute. But if I can't talk about the things I want to talk about on stage, I would be frustrated. So I think those things are good for it because it makes us we should be more aware. As society grows and people change, we should be more aware of the world around us and joke accordingly. However, I think many people completely overreact. Things like comedians apologizing and stuff like that. I think it goes back to what you were saying about negotiating. A comic knows what he does. He's going to say a joke. He's going to do something. And if he offends somebody, well, I'm a comic. That's what I do. That's my thing. Then don't watch me. Don't listen to me. If you don't like it, that's my big thing. If you don't like me, don't watch the show. Don't buy the album.
Tolerate. Oh, by the way, accept, reject, don't. I forgot to tell you about don't tolerate. Tolerate. When you tolerate someone, that causes distress in your body. That's half accept, half reject. Do I want to go out with Lenny? No, I really don't. But he's really funny. But I don't know. He's not Jewish. I don't know. What should I do? You'll make yourself crazy. So should I or shouldn't I? So I have a tool for that too. It's called the dipstick. But we don't have time for it. They can call me for that one.
You don't have time for the what a great lead that was. Call me and I'll tell you about the dipstick. Anyway, people right now are like, what the? All right. All right, hang on. Vince said balls. More ball references. Come on, guys, raise your game.
That's a good one.
Brenda said, Brenda says I'm right. The generation thing, seen, not heard.
And the
here we go. Brenda again. This is the Runions. Brenda said, sounds like all of Cathy's advice can work for almost any relationship. That's one of the things I noticed when I talked to you the first time. Because, like, everybody has their own thing. This doesn't work for me. This is my cup of tea. But I think any relationship that comes down to and starts with communication, honesty, and negotiating, I think those 3 things can go with any relationship as long as you're honest. All those things come together. Does that make sense? I believe that.
Yeah. Some people come with some, the term used to be baggage, right? People say, oh, they have so much baggage, Well, what are you willing to accept? Right. What's your, like I ask women, what are your deal breakers? Oh, have a deal breaker. Know what's absolutely not acceptable whatsoever. What is your deal breaker?
I have deal breakers.
Do you? What are they?
Yeah. Here's the number one deal breaker I have. This is really someone asked me this the other day last week. We were talking about my type. My type. I don't really have a type. Like when it comes to who somebody is physically. Like I don't care, red hair, brunette, whatever. But one thing that drives me crazy, or one thing that would really bother me, I have to be with someone that can make me laugh. If you can't make me laugh, then I dated someone for a while that did make me laugh. And everything was great, but she just didn't make me laugh. And I go, well, that'll be all right in the long run. But after a while, I'm like, oh, this is terrible. I don't like this at all. And that was really important to me. And I mean, really, and it's harder for me because also I'm a comic, so a lot of times I don't tell when I'm dating someone, I won't say I'm a comedian, because then you get people trying to make me laugh, and that's even worse. I'm like, don't do that. Just be if you can make me laugh by being yourself, I love that. That makes me happy.
You know, Lenny, just 2 days ago, I just saw something on Facebook. It was, Yakov Smirnoff, the great
Yeah.
Yakov. He just did a whole 5-minute video on how comedy in a couple, when somebody stop, when you're not laughing with a couple anymore, that's his red flag. So you need to learn to connect that laughter if it gets lost somewhere. Somehow you got to figure it out. But he did a really good. It's funny. I just saw that.
I'll have to look that up, man.
Yeah,
it's a big deal.
It was great. Yeah, it was very interesting. It was just a 5-minute run, but
yeah, but it's so right. How could you be with someone that doesn't make you laugh? I mean, I know there's other emotions, but it seems to me like laughing at comedy is the most pure emotion, because you can have it all the time, everywhere, every day, and through every, like if you're with someone and they're really good in bed, that's great. When you're in bed, that's awesome. But then you're just thinking about going to bed again, So, but if you're with someone that makes you laugh, man, you're having a bad day, or something tragic happens in your life, or or your life is mundane, or you have a bad job. I mean, laughter just lifts you and changes everything. And I think that's very, very well. Obviously, it's what I do for a living, but I got to have that in my life as well.
But now remember, I'm not a therapist, but from all the studying that I've heard, you got to remember. I'm curious. Did you have a parent that was funny growing up? Because my father, he would do imitations. He would call people on the phone and sound like, somebody else. And, so I was raised, and when he died so young, it was that was so hard for me. That was a void, because I was only 23. He was 53, right?
Yeah.
But that was hard. So I'm curious, did you have somebody?
Yeah, my mom was hilarious. My mom was hilarious, and she had a really sarcastic sense of humor. We had a hard time growing up. My dad died when I was 14. I think I mentioned earlier. But also before that, he was a terrible, terrible alcoholic. He was really bad. My mom was in a bad toxic relationship, and I used to watch her get hit and stuff, and I used to get in the middle of that. And so we grew up, and eventually my mom left him, and she was a single mom, raised 5 boys. We didn't have money. We were homeless for a while, but she always found a way to laugh at the shittiest things that were going on in her life. And that's where I learned to make fun of things that were really shitty, was my mom. She was quick too. Something would happen, and she would just be really quick. Our electric would be turned off. And she'd be like, "Oh, I guess you kids won't be reading," something like that. And just the little comments she would say that would make us laugh to just break things up. And so my mom was always funny, and always listened. She also listened to great comedy. She listened to all the great albums, Richard Pryor and Red Fox and Flip Wilson. She was a huge believer in listening to all that stuff. She laughed constantly. So my mom was hilarious. Yeah.
Okay, so I talk a little bit about mom and dad. So just what you told me, mom is the most important parent to the son, because she's your first love affair. And little girls, daddy is the first love affair. So if there's a problem there, that's big. But daddy is your role model. So daddy left when you were 14, which, you were a man by the age of 10. Yeah. But here's the other kink. Dad, you said, was an alcoholic. And I teach this. When men drink or use alcohol, drugs, whatever, they knock out the thinking part of the brain, the left hemisphere, and they become more feeling centered and emotional, right? Women, when they drink excessively or use drugs or eat too much, right, they knock out their feeling side of the brain, and they become more masculine, more aggressive. And it's really interesting when, you're at a bar and you see somebody who's falling off the chair, right? And it's like, right? And
hey, don't make fun of me, okay? It was a rough night.
So anyway, a little bit of that. And I've got books on that for women and men. And it's just so interesting. But yeah, I tell women that have little boys, by the time they're 10, they're men. So don't ask them how they feel, ask them what they think. And it's all about it's all about our bodies and our brain and how it works and everything. It's just how we're built. Yeah. Are they complaining or clapping right now?
No, everybody's happy. Let me go. I'm getting sideways smiley faces from people.
What are those?
They're good things. They're like this. They're like that. I wish I could show them to you. Wait here. I can show you. What's wrong with me? Hold on a second.
Oh,
wait.
You know what?
Hold on. Wait. I think I can do this. I've done this before.
term alpha female, right? Alpha male. Okay. Those are people that are equally smart and equally sensitive. They fight with the brain and their heart.
Hmm.
So that's why when I teach the language of I feel, what do you think? It helps them because I tell women when you leave the office or your workstation at home, take 1 hour a day to get out of that do good hemisphere, left lobe, and get into your feeling center, your God given body. Because let me tell you, the hormones come in. Hormones, got to talk about hormones. When we reach that beautiful age of 50, God, it just seemed like yesterday for me. Can't believe it. Oh my God. Estrogen on women goes down, that feeling affect hormone.
Yeah.
And then we become more, we're ready to run a company, do a business. Now, men, they're checking men now for estrogen. Their testosterone starts to go down.
Yeah.
So, like the other night, I was working and my husband went to the Dodger game. Okay, that's cool. It works. But
Yeah.
people aren't, they're not educated. They're not conscious. They don't, I help people become more conscious of this stuff. And it really makes for a better relationship.
Right. Right. No, it does make for a better relationship. Absolutely. See, all these are all things that. Oh, look, we got tons of smiley faces now. Okay, there we go. Wow. See, you're really nailing it. Are you guys seeing? For some reason, oh, here's why.
Everybody knows all this stuff, Lenny. God, maybe I didn't even need to come on.
No,
Oh.
trust me, you should have been. They don't trust me. I don't know if they do or not. But see, a lot of the stuff I thought through therapy. Hold on. Hang on. I'm having an issue.
See, I've been told I'm very therapeutic, which I take as a compliment.
You should.
I'm not a therapist, though. I
Well-
always say therapist.
Well, hang on. I want to make sure we get to your questions before. Well, no, I like that. I don't know something. When I always joke about or talk about how therapy changed my life, and it did because I don't. It made me become more, in a way, kind of empathetic and understanding. Because what did it for me was I spent years going to therapy, whether it was couples therapy or regular therapy, and all I thought to myself was, I've got to figure out a way to deal with all these people in my life. I got to figure out how to deal with all these people who are crazy, or I got to deal with this person that's nuts. How do I deal with this person? So everything was it was all, how do I deal with these people? And it wasn't until I went to the therapist that worked for me where he really taught me to, like your book, if you don't have a good relationship with yourself, you're not going to have a good relationship with anybody. So it always starts with yourself. It always starts with you, number one. So because if you're not okay with you, you're never going to be okay enough to be with anyone else, and you won't be okay with another person.
And Lenny, it's not just for romance. This is for your boss, your
business.
kid.
Yeah, any type of relationship. That's why it's so cool, because it's not. You're right. It's not just a marriage relationship thing. It's basically a communication skill in any relationship, in any adult relationship. To survive. I think that's really significant. And so many people don't look at the communication part of it and try to understand how to communicate. Their attitude is like, well, if you don't think like me, well, then go fuck yourself. Or if you're wrong, or you're stupid. Or the common belief now is if you don't agree with me, you're dumb. Which is I think is a terrible.
And that's part of transactional analysis. People that make people not okay. I always help people understand that. I make it, I'm okay for what I know. You're okay for what you know. Okay, we're both okay. We just disagree. But God, yeah. I know people are, families are freaking out. They're not talking to each other.
Yeah, I know. It's really sad. I think it's a sad state. It's sad state of affairs for us now, because we're in a time and a position where it's actually a very beautiful time in our world, in our country, where there's so many great changes happening across the world. But people shut themselves off to them changes when they have those attitudes, when they go, I don't care what you think, or I don't believe you, or you're an idiot, or you're stupid. Anytime you don't do that, you have to listen to other people and their other point of view to be able to grow and understand. And also, if you listen to another person that disagrees with you, and they tell you what they think, and you want to counter that, if you understand their point more, you can argue your point more, and the two of you can communicate and learn from each other.
Funny you said argue, and think about debate. Remember when schools used to have debate classes?
Oh, I did say argue. That's a good point. Yeah.
Right? I find to have a rational conversation with someone, more people are interested in making you not okay, and that's it. There's no, But I will tell you one thing my late father said. He said, Cathy, every time you meet someone, you're going to learn one thing, and I love that. Take away one thing from people.
Oh, that's awesome.
I don't know, Lenny. I don't have the answers, but I do know that the sperm still chases the egg. They haven't changed that yet that I know of. So if that changes, will you call me?
I will call you. Yeah, because then I'll want to know where my sperm's going. I'm like, hey, where's my sperm going? If it doesn't chase the egg. All right, let's do some of these questions, man. Oh my God, we're almost at an hour. I can't. This went by really fast, Cathy. I can't believe how fast it went. I'm like, oh my God, we're gonna be in trouble. Okay. Oh, Tammy wants to know if life coach. Are you covered? Do you take insurance? Kathy wants to
No,
know.
but I've been asked that a lot.
Yeah,
I
right.
have. But you know what?
Tammy.
I have a class right after this that I teach, a Zoom class. If I'm allowed to put my plug
Oh,
in.
no, plug anything you
Okay.
want. Do it.
Okay. Monday nights, I have a Zoom class, and right now it's all women. Okay, but I really want to have one with a bunch of guys. I would. I had one
Yeah.
a long time ago. It was great. It was so
Yeah.
great, but it just I haven't worked on it to make it happen.
Right.
But right now it's a women's group, and it's an hour and a half. And the first one's free, and then you decide if you want to sign up for individual or a month worth of Zooms with Cathy,
Okay.
where you can learn more.
All right.
More.
Where do they go to your talk to Cat or talk to Cathy?
Cathy.com.
Okay,
Cathy
talktokathy.com with a C. Cathy with a C. And talk with a T. So talk with a T, Cathy with a C.com. And we'll put that in the bio of the video so that people can see that there. I put it on there. Also, it's on your little it's on oh no, that's your Instagram. There we go. That's there you go. Let me hang on. Hold on. Let me see if I can fix that. Yeah, maybe you should do a Zoom class with you and all my Patreon members.
Oh, I want it. Bring it on. I want it.
Those guys. If you have a group that's all women, talktokathy.com.
And I've talked to other groups. I mean, I've talked to real estate agents. I've had, because they want to learn more communication tools for work, and I've worked with singles groups and, Jewish groups and Catholic groups. Yeah, because communication is universal. It's everywhere.
Okay, we're back.
Oh.
I'm back. Hold on. I'm looking at the board. Okay, Vince Mulligan just told a very off-color joke, and I'm not sure if I can repeat it, but it's very funny. It's horrible. It's a great joke. I love the joke. Okay, here we go. There's some questions. There was a couple in here I wanted to ask you. Okay. What should we live together before we're married? You put that in your questions. Why'd you put that in there?
That's a great question, because I get asked that a lot, and I say I appreciate you asking me what your life, how you want it to be, and I'll ask a woman, how do you feel about living with me? The only thing I recommend is that you get a ring, a promise ring, an engagement ring, because otherwise you're a free wife, ladies and gents. So if you want to be a free wife or free man wife, whatever, go at it. But
Okay.
I recommend this because it's a symbol. It's a symbol, and I don't tell women or men to demand it. You require it. No ultimatums. If a guy doesn't want to give you the ring, then you decide, do I still want to be with him or not? Is he 51% valuable or not? Next.
I love 51% valuable. Did you just say next? Oh, my God. It's like I'm your assistant. Okay. I'm sorry, Miss Katz. I'll get right to it. Hold on a second.
I love you, honey.
There was you said something that made me think of another question. I'll just go through them one at a time. Okay. We talked about that. We talked about that. Well, you're good, man. You found a way to get all your bullet points in, even without me asking the questions. His family's annoying. That's a good one. This is a great one.
Oh, okay. His family or her family's annoying.
Right.
I get that a lot too. You know what? You negotiate time with them. Remember, time, space, money, and play.
Right.
It's I money, I space, I play, we, and us. So that would be us time. It's you, him, and the family, right? So you negotiate. You might say, you know what? I'll do Christmas, but I'm not doing Thanksgiving.
Right. There you go. Okay.
Right?
That makes sense. Compromise.
Don't forget two kinds of family systems. There's the nuclear family and the cellular. Are you familiar with those, sir?
I've heard the phrase, isn't nuclear mom, dad, kids?
Mom, dad, kids, but they live everywhere. So they send a Christmas card. You might see them at at New Year's. But a nuclear family, that's where you've got the matriarch and the patriarch, right? So there's pros and cons to both. And people, when you get into a relationship, you better know what kind of system that person came from, because there's people that have divorced because they didn't want to go to their mother-in-law's for Italian food every Sunday because they just
right. Yeah.
So my tools help you negotiate and avoid conflict if possible.
Right. No, that's smart. No, that's clever. I like it. Okay, now you mentioned this earlier before, and this is what made me think of it. This is the way you wrote the question in here, and I'm going to ask you because you mentioned it during an answer a few minutes ago. Do you require a commitment or demand it? And so,
Right.
what's the difference between the two? And
Demanding is I want a ring or I'm leaving.
right,
Okay. Requiring the ring is you have every right not to want to give me the ring and plan a wedding date. I'm not comfortable with this. You don't even have to give a reason. I'm not comfortable with women never have to explain how they feel.
all
Okay.
right,
They don't have, they don't
yeah.
feel good. They don't, but you require it. And the guy's thinking, do I want to lose her? Is she worth just getting this stupid ring? And by the way, guys do not wake up in the middle of the night and say they're going to buy their women a ring. Is that true, Lenny? Do you
No,
wake up
nobody.
at
No, we don't do that.
Okay. And weddings are for women mostly than men. Men just kind of like just go along with it. The
Oh,
woman
100%.
right?
I did
Okay.
in fact, my wife made ex-wife. She made every call was her. I'm like, whatever you want. She asked for my input. I used to do a joke about it. The joke was the joke. The joke is,
I forever, but my class is starting in 2 minutes. So
oh, great. Let's wrap it up. Okay, let's go. All right. Well, then, you know what? We'll wrap it up. Do me a favor. First of all, thank you. This flew by. It went by so quick. I'll talk to you soon. I'll have you on the next podcast. I'll have you another one starting in October. We'll talk about it then. But there's a lot of stuff we didn't even get to. Go to your Zoom thing. Tell me the website again, where they can find you, where they can find your stuff.
Talk to CathyWithAC.com.
Okay. Got it. Talk to CathyWithAC.com. Go do your Zoom thing. Everybody give Cathy a round of applause. Everybody. Come on. She was fantastic. Everybody. Enjoy your Zoom thing. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Cathy. I'll see you later. Guys, that was Cathy Katz. I forgot she had a thing, man. I was going to drag that out another half hour. That went on forever. That was really cool. That was really great. I forgot. Thank you guys so much. That was so much fun, man. We covered so much stuff. I love that stuff, man. I love talking about whatever. Most of my stand-up, I talk about relationships and how people interact. And I love talking about how people interact in relationships. And it always blows me away. It always blows me away. I don't know. Maybe this is because like I said, when therapy changed my life. And I never understood why. Two things. I never understood, one, how people didn't communicate and were just honest, because it makes a relationship so much easier. You know what I mean? There's no more. There's arguments, but there's not. If you're honest about what you want, what you can give, and what you want, what you're looking for, then it's easier for everybody in the relationship. There's no animosity. You're all on the same page. It's like what Cathy said. That's the thing she always talks about, the negotiate thing, which I think is really significant. So I don't understand why more people aren't more honest. I still don't understand. This has nothing to do with. No, it's all right, Vince. It was funny. I just didn't. I'll get back to it in a minute. It was hilarious. I just didn't want to say it during Cathy's thing. Yeah. Don't feel bad, Vince. Please, we're all joking here. Robin. I'm sorry, man. I'm all over the place. Robin, her Instagram is at Talk to Cathy. It's simple. And spell it out. TalkToCathy. That's her Instagram. So at Talk to Cathy. Yeah, I don't understand why more people don't communicate, aren't honest. Relationships are so much simpler. Dating is, I'm not in a relationship with anybody, but when I do date or go out, I'm very honest and communicate, and it's very important. It makes life easier. I don't know why more people don't do that. I also don't understand why more people, or why so many people care about what other people say or do. You know what I mean? Like this, I got into a discussion with somebody a while ago about this. It was the gay rights thing, and I said, and I'm like, I don't understand why people are so uptight over people being gay. Why do you care if someone's gay? Why do you care if someone does this? Why do you care if someone eats broccoli? People worry too much about what other people are doing, and it blows me away that people just, life is so much easier. You feel so much lighter, man, if you're honest and you communicate and you let people do what they do, and everybody follows a moral fiber. You know how much easier our life would be if we all did that. Most of our animosity and confrontation right now is based on people not agreeing, and then people saying, well, you have to think like me, or you have to do what I say. And it's stupid. Okay. This one on. You guys were great. This is really a great show, man. Thank you guys so much. Is that, I think, okay, I guess we're good. All right. Is that Steve? Steve, how are you, buddy? It's good to see you. All right, man. Everybody's here. Robin's here. Steve's here. And Gloria, thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate for you being here for the first time. Do me a favor, like the video, and I'm glad you tuned in to call Cathy Katz, and it was a great show. You guys, this was a lot of fun. Thank you for being here. Again, if you want to support the show, bam, look, there's financial ways to support the show right there. You can go to LennySchmidt.com/if you can, or just go hit me up on Venmo or Cash App, Lenny Schmidt Comedy. Feel free to donate to the show, support the show, and whatever money goes in is we're going to use to keep the show running and to do the new podcast that's going to start in October. So there we go. That's it. Wednesday, my good friend Josh Sneed will be here, and he's one of the co-creators of the Comedy Lounge over on Clubhouse, where I will be tomorrow afternoon on a Clubhouse show, evaluating jokes and giving punchlines to comics. That's what I'm doing tomorrow. I will be on the Clubhouse app, the Comedy Lounge. So come on in and check it out. Vince, the joke was funny. Don't be upset. I think every time I see your thing. This was great, guys. Thank you so much. This is dragging out a little bit longer. This is the longest close ever, so let's just wrap it up and leave it with this. Folks, do me a favor. Dream of Pinky.
Lenny Schmidt Quarantine Comedy was created, produced, and is hosted by Lenny Schmidt. We live stream on YouTube at 6 p.m. Pacific every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Special episodes occasionally stream or are uploaded on Tuesday and Thursday. Every episode is also launched as a podcast and can be heard on iTunes, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. If you enjoyed the show, please like the video. If you really like it, share the video. If you really, really like it, please subscribe to the Lenny Schmidt Comedy channel on YouTube. You'll get updates on this and numerous other online comedy content that my dad produces. Check the info section below for detailed information on all of our guests. If you are a fan, you can follow and support them as well. Go to their page, like their content, buy their albums, purchase a shirt, any merch they may be selling. Anything you do will support performers, will literally help save the arts. In fact, if you want to support this show financially, just go to LennySchmidt.com/if-you-can or Venmo at LennySchmidtComedy. If you donate as little as $1 or as much as $10,000, it will help pay for the stuff my dad keeps breaking. If you can't pay for the comedy content, that's okay. COVID sucks for all of us. Enjoy the free show. If you want to find a way to support what we do, just subscribe to Lenny Schmidt Comedy channel on YouTube. That really helps a lot. Thank you for listening to my dad's show, and as always, dream of Pinky.